Hello everyone. It's a very windy day, so I kind of have pulled you guys in as close as I can because I'm a little bit worried you won't be able to hear me, but hopefully so. Hopefully the wind will die down here today. I wanted to talk a little bit about, I think when we know when we're starting to get out of sync, and it's up to us to kind of catch ourselves. It's very easy to try kind of drift back into habits and routines because we've been raised with them for our entire life, and it's just easy. You're surrounded by people, perhaps even your own family, who, you know, they're on this journey with you, but they're not in the journey with you. It's you. You're the only one in this journey with you, and having your thoughts and feelings and emotions. You've had your own unique programming from your parents and your grandparents and all of those things, the jobs that you've had, the schools that you've gone to, all of those things help to create you as this unique individual in this unique experience. And so, obviously a baby is going to bring new challenges and stuff. You're struggling to sleep. I'm breastfeeding, so there's days that we're struggling with that. And for a couple of months, I really just kind of was in survival mode. And even with things like food, just trying to stay, making food for myself and consuming it and things like that. There's like a little uptick on the challenge level, and that's okay because it gave me that contrast once again to say, I don't like this. What do I need to do? And the key here was I'm not doing the things I was doing right before I had the baby. Right before I had the baby, I was frequently journaling in the morning. I had a routine of getting up, journaling, having my coffee, meditating maybe a little bit, and then I would fall into, cleaning up the house and everything. And by the time the rest of the household got up frequently, I had that time and that stillness to myself. But I wasn't as good throughout the day about those check-in points. I did check in throughout the day sometimes, but not as frequently. And now I'm finding that I'm taking that time in the morning. I'm making sure I say my gratitude. Sometimes I don't even open my eyes. I'll just start listing them in my head. And there's other times that I will just look at affirmations that I have on my phone now that I can quickly grab and go 10. And if I want to save them so that I have them for later, I can put them on from Facebook, Twitter, whatever, if I just even think of one. And that's been really meaningful. I can journal whenever I want. That's been really good for me. And so those little adaptations and those little tweaks have made it so that I've probably had some of the most centered weeks in a very long time, where I'm constantly into me, just constantly into me, and going, where is my vibration? Where do I want to be? I want to be in this happy place. I'm being appreciative of knowing all of this land and this house was manifested, and at some point was just a thought and a wanting and a desire, and now it's here. I can remember the thought and wanting of a desire to have 5 kids when, I was 10 or 12. And I can remember somebody saying, how many kids do you want to grow up? And I'm like, I want 5. And I think there's just sometimes those glints of maybe and then maybe you're affirming and you're dreaming and you're sending that, whether you call it your vortex or your energy field, but you're drawing that into yourself. And there's times I just sit there and I'm just radiating happiness on a whole new level of, I'm literally standing on my dream property, in my dream home, my forever home, and I'm here with my 5 kids. I'm homeschooling them. I love this. I'm with my husband, you know, who does amazing things for us, and I am constantly focusing on every positive thing. And when a negative comes up, sometimes I get more derailed than at other times. And to me, that's like, there's a lot of times that I just laugh and I laugh and I laugh, and I get a little bit more wore down in the evening because there's less time to take those pauses. I haven't figured out how to work really good pauses into the late afternoon and evening, but I do try. And the days that I try, I don't get worn down. I'm able to laugh a lot more. But those times where I fall off, it's not like I'm off and it's a blip and I'm back on. And I love that. So, if you are struggling with that, then I would throw out, maybe if you're looking at your phone 20 times a day anyway, why not look at your phone 20 times a day for an affirmation? Or why not journal for part of those times or something? And it's really made life easier for me. I do someday really want to get back into, I like writing with a pen and paper. I love it. But this is the adaptation I need for right now for where I'm at in my life. And that's okay. And I love that I was able to figure that out. And I followed the thought of inspiration that said, hey, do this. Look for an app for this. So that's kind of what's going on personally for me. And I'm always eager to hear what's going on with all of you. I really would like to do a meditation, but I don't feel like it's going to be, this isn't going to be a full, like, deep in. This is kind of a recharging meditation. We're just going to stay right in our bodies, and it will be a little bit of a quicker one. I'm still balancing baby time, but she's getting bigger and she's teething, which is delightful. But she still has her limits and she still prefers mom, and that's okay. I'm ready. I'm still okay with being the preferred person right now. So if you can relax with me, take a deep breath in, belly out, and another deep breath in, belly out, maybe hold and exhale. And I want you to imagine that golden grounding cord coming out of your root chakra, going deep into the earth. And we're going to take another deep breath in and exhale. Another deep breath in and exhale. And now I want you to imagine source energy coming in through your crown chakra, going deep into your body, filling your body from the center, from your heart, and then spilling out through your heart to your chest, to your stomach and neck, to your pelvis and head, to your upper arms and thighs, your lower arms and calves, and to your fingers and toes. Don't forget your breath. Take a deep breath in, feeling that energy listening and feeling to the vibration of your higher self, of source, of peace, love, happiness. And I'd like you to imagine your energy field all around you. Most people see this as a sphere, but you can see it as whatever shape you imagine your energy field to be. And usually a lot of us are giving of ourselves, and we're giving our energy to others, willingly or unwillingly. And I want you to just take a moment and call that back. Call that energy back to you. And we're going to say, I'm bringing my energy back to my center, to my heart. Bringing it back into my body. And if you see any holes in your field, I want you to feel that source energy, and I want you to imagine you're a sculptor filling the holes, or a painter splashing them with paint and taking that energy and filling them. And yes, there are going to be demands upon you that maybe come out and start to siphon your energy. If you have children, especially. But we're remembering ourselves as a whole human, as a beautiful spirit that came into this body. We're so grateful for this time here on earth in this body. And we know that we must take care of ourselves and fill ourselves first before we can give to others. And sometimes we're depleting our energy so much that we really need to come back to us, to center, to focus. I want you to just feel that source energy filling you. Feeling all of your energy filled. So it is sort of like you are surrounded by this sphere of light, or whatever other shape you have around you. If there's anything not needed, the wind is blowing right now, and I encourage you to let it go. Let go of the past stories that you're still repeating to yourself. The past programming that no longer serves you. If it is not aiding you or helping you to be yourself, if you have stories that are making you feel bad or ashamed, they're not necessary. They're unneeded. If you have stories that are telling you that you are sick or lonely or afraid, take the time now to let them go. Let the Mother Earth, Gaia, take them away with the wind. They're no longer needed. As you fill yourself more and more with your higher self, pure love energy, with source energy, there's no need for a lot of this past programming and stories that we keep telling ourselves. Let them go. Let them go. Release. Take a deep breath in and release the last bit of those stories. Feel your entire being, your entire field with that loving energy from yourself and from Source. Feel the light radiate from your hands, from your fingers, from your toes, from every thread of hair on your head, from your eyelashes, from the hair on your arms, your legs. Listen. Listen to your soul, to your heart, to your being. Feel that energy, the flow, the love. You are never alone. You are your rescuer, your savior, as you fall in love with you. As you serve you, you can serve others. As you continually come back to this energy point, to this vibration, feel it. Feel it. We're going to take another deep breath in and exhale. Another deep breath in and exhale. And slowly open your eyes. That was a really cool one. I wasn't expecting, I didn't have any expectation this time. I just knew I needed to go out today and do a meditation and a little bit of talking and everything. And I saw a lot of like swirling colors and everything at the end. It was so cool as I really felt that energy field. And I keep feeling and tapping back into that feeling as much as I can, more and more and more, because that's my happy place. That's where things are coming and manifestations are coming to me, and I'm letting go. I feel like every day I go further down another spiral, and I'm just growing more and more. I shared some meme on Facebook, and my husband was like, "What's this about?" And it said something like, you know, someone has come into my life and I'm loving them, or I'm paraphrasing because I don't even remember what it was now, but he's like, "Who are you meeting?" And I'm like, "Me, I'm meeting me." And he's like, "What?" And I'm like, "I'm falling in love with me." And it feels so good. I feel like I'm 43 years old and I'm really finding this deep love and happiness with this body for the first time ever. And I really I don't care what anybody else thinks or says, or all the programming that may have come from anybody else. It doesn't matter. I don't care. And I'll think about something else, and you know, somebody else's story, and I'm just like, well, that's nice and good for them. And you know, it's such just a different, I'm caring about me, and I want me to be centered and aligned, and I obviously hope that, you know, my children and my husband are too, but I know I can't control them. I know I can't control anybody else but me. And so I'm going to constantly and consistently, as much as I can, hold that vibration, that feeling that we felt at the end of that meditation. That is the state of being that I truly try to be in as often as I can. And there's moments, of course, that I can't be in that. When I'm deep in doing first grade math with my child, I am not always in that state. But when we're done with first grade math, I can tell you I go to my affirmations and I start reading through them. And I just sit in them until I feel that again. And I know it's making such a difference in my life and in my reality. And so it's so funny because we just do go deeper and deeper and deeper into that spiral. It's crazy, but it's true. So I would encourage you, if you can, if you're struggling right now to feel that state, then maybe make some affirmations. My original affirmations are on index cards. And then I also have them on my phone, and I have my original journal, and I also have the one on my phone, and whatever works for you. And if, you know, meditation, obviously, but you can't live doing meditations all day long. And that's why I like to do them in the morning, more so because it kind of starts my day. But I also like to have that afternoon meditation because I feel like it's like a warm cup of coffee or hot chocolate or whatever on an afternoon day that, you know, it's just cold outside and you need that little warm up. I love being able to do that. I'll set on just frequency music and just have that, and just kind of sitting in that, playing with the baby, and enjoying that, and enjoying, like, I'll just sit there and think, I'm in my manifestation. I'm literally in my manifestation. And if you're really struggling, then think of one thing. And that's literally what I started with. And think of one thing, and then it starts to cascade. And it'll cascade again and again and again. And I'm just like, there's so many shows and books and music I just don't want to listen to anymore because it's so negative. And I'm like, to me, that's all programming. I want to program myself positively and happily, and those are the things I want and envision in my life. And I don't have time for the other stuff. So it's crazy, but it's wonderful. There's somebody that had a post on Facebook about, oh gosh, I'm turning 40. And I'm like, God, 40 has been the best. 40 is when COVID happened. And I consider that, like, boom, that spurred me into awakening on a spiritual level. And it has only gotten better and better and better and better. And I'm so happy. And I'm so excited having this life, and like, I'm not even halfway through this life, and I've learned the secret, and, you know, it's amazing to know that and to see that, and then to keep developing it and going further down that spiral. So I hope this meditation finds you well. I hope you're able to have released things, and I hope you're able to find your focus. For a long time, I didn't get, you know, if you had asked me 2 years ago, I wouldn't have understood how you do this. And it literally took the deep contrasting moment of being ill to say, oh, I don't want this. I want this, to say, well, then you're going to have to make these changes. I had tried and tried and tried. But that's what it took. And And so if somebody says, so you're grateful you were sick, and I'm like, yeah. And all I keep thinking about now is I'm healthy, I'm well, I have food that nourishes my body, and eventually I'm going to be able to choose all the foods that I want to nourish my body. And then I keep focusing on the other things that just bring love and joy to my life every day. And it keeps cascading into other areas like money and finances and things like that. And it's just beautiful. And once you start to get into that, it's really grand, and you don't, like, it just doesn't, there's so many things that you realize. I'm like, oh, look, there's fear programming. Ah, there's more fear programming. There's this. And like, oh, that deep thinking that could get passed on from mother to daughter, or father to son, or whatever, parent to child, and or even grandparents to children. It's just, it's so like, and you go, oh, that's not mine. That's not mine. I don't need that. Goodbye. Take that away, wind. Take that away. I don't need it. And I love that. I absolutely love that. And I'm only wanting the things that are mine, that resonate with my soul, and that are bringing me that happiness and joy. And the more that I'm in that happiness and joy state, the more things that are coming that are making me happy and joyful. And I'm like, that's the secret. That is the secret. So I hope you all are well. I hope you enjoyed that short meditation. I know I did. I think it's so simple and easy that you could definitely do that if you needed to, like, kind of checkpoint yourself throughout the day. I think you absolutely could. And I hope to see you guys soon.